Salut survivors! Welcome back to SolutOdka's channel in Night of the Dead for the day 40 base tour. It is the first time you will see the base during daytime, and we will consider to do the same for maybe day 50 or day 60 in the future. Today is a special video about our base design and the master planning about it. We will not look into some details of some traps, why a trap is orientated this way or this way. We are going to discuss about the master planning of the base. Some of you listening here or watching today have been following up the Let's Play series up to day 40, so you already have a very good understanding on how does the base work. For other people, more recently have joined or are new to the channel and will have a better understanding on how does the base work. During the first 10 days, I was a big noob to the game. And in the following 10 to 20 days, we did a lot of experiment, lot of build, demolish, and rebuild to understand the game mechanics. I believe now we have reached a point where we have a very good understanding of the key base design parameters from the game mechanics. In the first part, I will explain the overall concept of the base. You can see now it's a huge fort and you don't even see the back where we have the loop of death. There is a very large development. And after this first part, we will then go in each of the sub-bases, in each maze of that base, to provide a better understanding on the zombie path of the different base and the inner mechanisms of the tower defense. Okay, so to get started, one of the key things to understand is that we have designed this base with 3 different mazes. These 3 different mazes have gotten a history of design and I think are now more or less at a complete stage. They will of course evolve in the future, but they are working very efficiently in their purpose for defending against Horde Knights. These 3 mazes can by themselves, each of them, handle almost a major part of a night. But they are not designed to do one maze on Monday, one maze on Tuesday. That's not their purpose. Some mazes are more designed to handle the earlier parts of the nights, while some others are more in the automatic automation part, and others are more to take care of the zombies that could reach the end of the first 2 mazes. So we have in this first part on the right side of the base here what we call the main maze. That's the one that got developed early in the game and has a very organic growth and a lot of inner little bends and mazes. We have here another maze which we call the Serpent Maze. It's a very highly compact with a very high DPS output in a very narrow space, but actually a pretty long maze. It's around 36 block lengths, while the leech of zombies is 50. So we are already utilizing a lot of that 50 maximum. At the top here, I'm not sure if you can see, we don't have a zoom in this game, but there is what we call the meat bait room. So when zombies enter into the entrance at the bottom here of the valley, they will either go, depending on my position in the base, they will either go into the main maze or they will go into the Serpent Maze. When they go further into each of these mazes, they will enter into the radius of attraction of the meat bait. And at that point in time, I am then protected by the meat bait. And their new target is not me anymore, but is a meat bait. Then there is a game of doors for them to access that meat bait. Meaning that they could have gone quite deep into one maze, and then when they enter into the radius of attraction of the mid-bait, they might be allowed to continue up to the mid-bait in one of these numerous stairs, or they might need to do a U-turn and go through the entire other mazes in order to reach the mid-bait. When eventually, after this whole battle or maze in a tower defense that the zombies need to go through from the main maze and the Serpent Maze, just before arriving into the meat bait room, there are multiple trapdoors. And when they fall in these trapdoors, they are falling at the back of the base, where we have the maze number 3, the loop of death. That loop of death is the infinite loop where zombies have no chance in reaching the meat bait. They will just keep running in that infinite loop, and we only need to reload traps because they are attracted to the meat bait and they ignore the player. That is the overall grand concept. Something very important for this to work, and which we have developed from the day 30 onwards, is this huge palisade all around on this side as well as on this side, so that the zombies that spawn from the 4 directions, because we have a gate just here, there is another gate behind the mountain somewhere there, and there are multiple gates west and north. So this way all zombies arrive in the main entrance. Now I'm going to run you through each of the 3 mazes and the mid-bait room. Let's go. So here is the entrance to our main base. Okay, that's the 4th entrance. That's part of the plans between the wave 40 to 50 to modify that main entrance. But zombies enter through this field of spikes. For me, I have a simple door here, and they can break the door, they can break the spikes. All this is just to slow them down so that they don't arrive all in a one big pack. Okay, so here is our entrance to the main maze, where in the main maze, most of the traps, except the spike floor traps, will be reloaded by the terrace just above us. So in here, we have this maze, obviously, of plenty of traps in a lot of back and forth direction. We have a shooting position here on this spike, just here in front of us. We can also utilize from that shooting position, and it happens regularly in our Let's Play series, to utilize our flamethrower here. It has a radius of 4, so more or less it can like burn everyone in this maze in one click, or in one gas resource. And when they reach the end, this is what we call here the rare kill area, with a very dense damage output in a very narrow space. And this is our terrace. On this terrace, we can safely reload all the main front traps, which is mostly pendulums and compressors and a few guillotines here, but that's not the key ones. The key guillotines are at the end. So these maze can mostly be reloaded by above, and this maze can very easily handle the waves between midnight up to 2 in the morning. Then the second maze, from here, that's the stair for the zombies to go up to the mid-bait room. Then we have that door. The door is very, very, very important in the mechanism. If I'm on this side of the door, the zombies will come to this maze. If I am on that side of the door, they will come to this maze. That's very, very important. Now this Serpent Maze here, I'm not going to run through the whole thing. There are 36 blocks full of traps, but basically how it works, we have the entrance for the zombies to enter here. Then they go through this first row, and then it's completing one U, and we have 3 U's. The U number 1, U number 2, and U number 3. Now in here, thanks to these bridge decks above, all the traps in this maze can be reloaded. It's 100% reloadable. At the end of that maze, we have something to slow them down here, compressor spike flow, followed by a heavy damage output in case a butcher or an elite would reach the end here with 6 guillotines, and finally a flamethrower to slow them down if needed here at the end. We also have added in these rows, we explain in the Let's Play series why it's in these rows and not other rows where we have put these 2 ballista here. This is how to have their highest efficiency. And here is in their stair in order to reach to the mid-bait room, just up there. Okay, so as a summary, the zombies, when they enter in the main base, depending on my position, they will either go through the Serpent Maze or they will go through the main maze. When they reach around this point here, around here, then they will be attracted to the mid-bait at the top. So if they come from the Serpent Maze, they will go up this way. And you see here there are multiple traps that I recently added now. And we have these 2 trapdoors on the way to the mid-bait. Now, looking at the mid-bait, we also have a flamethrower and a couple of spike flow traps. Symmetrically, or almost symmetrically, I should say, coming from this side here on the main maze, here are the stairs to reach to the mid-bait room. Zombies will arrive here. We have these 2 trap doors, and we have 2 doors built in. The purpose of these doors is that if they are open, they will go by this way here. This is the shortest path. If I would close the doors, or if for some reason some zombies would successfully cross the trapdoors and therefore they would close the doors, then all the zombies in the entire main maze will all do a U-turn and have the fun of going through the entire Serpent Maze to try to come through this way here. Okay, now when they reach a mid-bait, obviously we have some traps to take care of them, and I might need to act and come and fight the zombies here as well. Now, that's where the first 2 mazes, right, as I mentioned to you earlier. You can see 2 trapdoors for the arrival from the Serpent Maze to the mid-bait room, and the 2 trapdoors from the main maze to the mid-bait room. From these trapdoors, zombies will fall under it, of course, right? Let me show you. So they will fall here, right? Here are 2 trapdoors from one side and 2 trapdoors from the other side. So they will fall on these traps here, and they will then take this loop of death. It's called the loop of death because it's killing them a lot. Obviously, we tested it numerous times in the Let's Play. But more importantly, if it's a loop, it's because at the end of that loop, they have again 2 trapdoors. And these 2 trapdoors will make them fall once again at the start of that loop of death. Meaning that the end point of the loop of death for the zombies is equal to the end point of the zombies in the 2 other mazes. So the loop of death is like a small loop that is closing in the lifespan of the zombies on the 2 main mazes. It's a intertwining of loops. Now, why zombies are climbing up here? It's because they think they can walk above the trapdoor, obviously, and then take this stair and go all the way through to the mid-bait. Now, importantly, many doors look like a detail, but these are fundamentals. This door means that if I am here and zombies are entering within the radius of attraction of me, they will be able to calculate their path to come through that door here. Therefore, they will go to the very main entrance I presented you in the beginning here. Okay, so that was a general presentation of our base we have designed with the community, and a lot of experiments we did, and a lot of feedback from a lot of people whose passion for Night of the Dead is really intense, same as it is for me. I hope you have enjoyed the video. If you have some questions, suggestions, please go ahead. Leave a comment in the video. We'll be more than happy to discuss it with you. So I'll wish you a good day. Please leave a like and subscribe, and see you soon for the whole night day 40. Cheers!